Hey guys, it's Ryan with My Listing Club. A lot of times I get asked about the screenshots that I create for the My Listing Club starter sites. So I thought it'd be cool to do a video to show everybody exactly how I go about this process, and hopefully it helps you guys. So let's go ahead and dive in. To do this, I use the Hoverify Chrome extension. So to get your hands on Hoverify, there's a deal through the club. So up under menu on the My Listing Club website, go to deals, and you can go ahead and do a search there for Hoverify. And there you can see the deal, 15% off. Pretty awesome stuff. It's already super inexpensive. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but it's like, let me see real quick. It's very inexpensive already. Yeah, it's $30 per year, and that's for 3 activations. Yeah, I'll just show you this here. So $30 per year, 3 activations, Chrome, Firefox, Brave, and Edge, use on unlimited websites. Yeah, it's already cheap, and then you get 15% off. It's just a no-brainer. I'll also show you some bonus tips that this thing can do as well. Okay. All right, so I'm going to close that down, close this down. I've already got Hoverify added to my browser here. Real quick before I get into showing you the screenshots, we'll just take a really quick gander at Hoverify. So if you click on the icon there, you can inspect elements on the page. You can do a color eyedropper, so you can grab the color from any parts of your website. And once you do that, so let's say, for example, we grab this blue, it puts it on your clipboard there. It shows you the RGB color values and hex, and you can copy either of those right from there. And then a really cool thing is that once you do that, the next time you go into the color eyedropper, you'll see that your colors are in there. And you can also tag these and save them, like, so they like always stay here in your color picker. Okay, it's kind of a way to build like your brand board. So let's go ahead and do inspect here. So like I said, you can inspect any of your elements on your page, quickly find out what font you're using, what size, so on and so forth. So that's really cool. And lots of other things underneath here that you can mess with. What else? Assets. You click on this, it's going to show you every asset that's used on the page. Really cool stuff. Images, SVG, videos, PDFs, Lottie animations. Let's see here. We got responsive, which is what we're going to use here in a second for the screenshots. Debug, if you want to just, like it says, debug what's going on with your websites, check the meta tags, clear the cache, spell check, so on and so forth. Built with, this is going to tell you all of the technology used to build a certain site. So what hosting that they're using. If they're behind Cloudflare, it's not going to tell you what their hosting is. That's a security measure of Cloudflare, which is a good thing. All of the tech behind the site, the DNS, the SSL, that sort of stuff. Capture, you can do capture the full page. Selected area on the page for a screenshot. Go back here. Capture the entire visible part of the website. You can screenshot all of the tabs. And then a really cool thing too is the full page. So this is just going to, you click this, it's just going to run through the entire page and start screenshotting the whole page all the way down for you. So we see that scrolling down the page, it's doing that screenshot. Pretty cool stuff, right? All right, so now for the meat and potatoes of why we are here for this particular video. How I do screenshots for starter sites. So for example, here on the Fit Starter site, if we go under businesses and how it works, these are the examples of the screenshots that I'm talking about. Okay, so how are those created? So let's look at recreating this get started one right here. Okay, so for that, I'm going to go to the get started page. And obviously this is in desktop view. So we want to kind of show what this looks like, going to look like in mobile. So for that, you go to Hoverify, you click on responsive. And it's going to give you right off the bat all of these devices that you can use, and you can add more devices, change the devices, change the portrait and landscape mode, change the zoom, all different kinds of things. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down here. Another really cool feature, and you can toggle this on or off, is that it's syncing the scroll between all the devices. So that's pretty cool stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go all the way back to the top here, and I like to use iPhone 8. I don't know why. I just like the way that the size and the way it looks for this particular application. iPhone SE looks pretty cool too, and so does the 8 Plus. Anyway, I just roll with this one. Obviously, if you're going to use a bigger phone, it's going to show more stuff on there. But you can use tablet. Like I said, you can add other devices, remove devices, all kinds of stuff. But I'm just going to roll for the purposes of this video with the iPhone 8 here. Okay, so by default, as you see here, Hoverify uses like this dark background here. So if I inspect this page, and I'm going to actually set my Chrome inspect to be, where's that at? To dark mode as well. Theme, dark. Okay, there we go. It's just a personal preference of mine. I like dark mode stuff. Okay, so again, if we inspect the background of the page, remember, it's not the background of the phone. It's the, we're here with iPhone 8. It's the page. It's the whole page of this. The whole page that Hoverify uses right here. Okay, so for that we go up under body. So we go into the body of the HTML of the DOM tree there, and we see that the background is this black color. Okay, so let's say on this particular site, the starter site fit, the background of this, I know it is the hex value is 111, or just 111. Okay, so it's a shade of black, but it's not the exact shade of black that Hoverify uses. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go into the body here, change the background to match my background. So this would obviously match whatever your background is. So I'm going to change that to 111. And now whenever I take this screenshot, it's going to match the background in here, not look different. And I'm going to show you why that's important. Okay, so now that I have my screenshot, so let's go back there. Well, my screenshot, how I want it to look, I'm going to capture this, however you capture this with your operating system on your computer. So I'm going to capture this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but obviously you want to get the entire device in there. So you can always crop this later. So I usually just try to get as close as I can in here from the Hoverify side of things. Okay, now we've got that in our clipboard. And like I said, this is good enough. But if you want to try to get really precise and like really get the, if you're nitpicking, you want to get the image down as small as possible, you can do that. But I'm just going to roll with this because I think that's good there. So let's look at my snip. Actually, I'm gonna pull up Canva here. Sorry, I'm on a different computer, so I don't have every app installed as my other one. So I'm just gonna do this a different way. I'm gonna do pull up. Sorry, here, clicking all the wrong buttons. I'm gonna pull up my snipping tool. Okay, I'm gonna use this to grab my screenshot here. There's a million and one ways to grab screenshots. There we go. So I'm just going to grab it. So this way I don't need to edit this in an editor, image editor. So really good. I've got all the phone in there, just all that I need. Okay. And then I'm going to let go there. And then that's going to be boom there. It's in there. And we see here, this is the key part right here. So look at these edges. See how those edges are that color? Actually I put a red dot on there. I don't want that. But you see how these edges are that black color? That's the key here. What that allows us to do is not have to go in with an image editor and clean up all of these edges and it takes a lot of time to go in here and remove all that stuff. Some applications you could go in there and do it, but the problem is these phones have these little notches in them. So when you go to remove the background here, it's going to remove the background that's in here as well. So it gets kind of messy. You're only going to shave like a couple kilobytes off, maybe not even that, just by getting rid of these edges. So I honestly wouldn't worry too much about it. Just get as close as you can. Now, once you're in your image editor of choice, you can crop this. You can get really close here. Again, you got to be really careful not to cut off the phone. not the, the notches and everything, but you can get really close if you want to get really nitpicky. But again, I mean, you're talking very little savings at that point. Okay, as far as the image size, that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so we just that easy. We've got our image, and now it's just a matter of, let's go back to this page, how it works. You just add this, you just add an image widget from Elementor to your page and drop that in. Let me actually, I'll pull this up. I'll log in here and show you behind the scenes. Bear with me 1 second while I log in. All right, so we are behind the scenes here of this Fit Starter site. Pull this back over here. I'm going to edit the how it works page. And we see here, it's just this image here, just the image widget, and I've added the image. And then what I like to do is, because I have control of the images that go into this section of a MyListing website, whereas with listings, you don't always have control. What I like to do is convert it to WebP before uploading. So this is another just a little hot tip here. You can use a tool like Squish. I could type, there it is. You could use a tool like Squish. So if I have this image file here, I can go ahead and save it. We'll just call it how for the purposes of this video. We'll save it. Then you can go into Squish and just drop in this image, change the compression to WebP, click download. We see that it saved 59% of that file size. And then I upload that to my site. It's already got, this the background is the way that I need it to be. And then you just upload it right here to this widget. So then you've got that optimized image that looks the way you want, and so on and so forth. And I just repeated that process all the way down through here for these screenshots. Okay. So that's how I did it. Here's another tip. So if you see how these alternate. So these backgrounds, I put a little alternating just to kind of break them up. So there's a darker background and a lighter background. So let's just say for fun that one of these backgrounds was red. So you just go back into Hoverify, you go back into that body and change it to whatever you want to match your brand or whatever. So red, there you go. So you go in there, capture your screenshot. Again, you want to get all the edges. I'm just doing this really quick for the video. Dang it. I got to get my screenshot hotkeys figured out on this computer here. There we go. So now if you were to set that background of that page to red, this screenshot would look good in there. Obviously, it's kind of clashes and looks terrible as far as design, but you get the idea. That's all there is to it. Yeah. I hope you've seen the power of Hoverify in general, but especially you've learned how I create these screenshots for these starter sites or any website I build. This is how I do the screenshots. There's a million tools out there you could use, but for the price of Hoverify and all of the other really cool perks that it offers, the other part of this that it's kind of obvious that I didn't mention is that if you're designing a website and you want to see how it looks mobile responsive on multiple devices, I mean, this is it. This is another way you can do it. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to click subscribe so you know when my next videos come out. It means a lot. It really helps. All right. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.